Welcome back to my channel. I am Tanya Cortez, your favorite foundation junkie. And on this channel, I talk about everything complexion, from foundation reviews, foundation wear tests, foundation first impressions. I do some hauls and a couple little things in between. So if you like that kind of thing, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram at tanya.cortez. So today, let's get to the good part. We are going to be reviewing the Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator by Decay. And this is what it looks like. This is the tube. So this is going to be fun. Now, spoiler alert. I have been trying this over the last couple days, so I will give you guys my honest opinion, okay? Now, so I know it's been a couple days, a little bit since I made a video, but I lost my puppy of 14 years, so it's been pretty rough for me the last, few days. So, it's really hard. But anyway, y'all ain't here for that. We here to have fun. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But FYI, I just wanted to make sure I reiterate. I say it on all my videos, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand. I do all the newer foundations and, tinted moisturizers, things like that. But I also do foundations and tinted moisturizers and things like that are like a year old. Maybe I try not to go more than a year old. I just want you to keep that in mind if you see me review something that didn't just come out last week. This foundation came out this month. I don't remember the exact day, but it did come out this month. And the next video that I put out is going to be on a new foundation that just came out. So you guys stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's get started. We're going to see how this works. Roll the credits. Guys, so let's get started. So today we are going to be trying the Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. Medium coverage up to 24-hour wear. So off the bat, guys, let me just tell you this. It's 12 shades. It is 12 shades. So I think what their thought is that because it is a tinted moisturizer, that you could kind of get one and it kind of melts into your skin and they feel like it would probably match. I don't know, but the bottom line is it's 12 shades and that's not cool. And this is in 70 dark. And let me give you the vitals. All right. So right off the bat, it's $29. See, it's medium coverage. It's a radiant finish. It's a long-wearing foundation infused with kombucha, filtrate, and marula oil for 30% more hydrated skin, medium coverage, and glowing skin finish. All right, so it has oil in it already. So don't be nervous about that. Don't be nervous if you have oily skin. If you have dry skin, you might need all the oil that you can get in your skin. Guys, I am combination oily skin. I have hyperpigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles, everything. The whole set, the number 4 on the menu. So, of course I have mature skin. I do have a couple dry spots on my face. I have a couple dry spots, right in here, a couple dry spots. So let's see how it works out on those dry spots. Now I have been wearing this for honestly, I've been wearing it for about a week. So I could give you guys a true review. Now to you, it's going to be a first impression, but of course this is a straight up review because I have been wearing it just to see if I liked it. So I would be able to give you guys a better idea of what it wears like. Now I do have some pictures that I took throughout the day, one of the days that I wore it, so you guys can see what it looks like throughout the day, and I'll include them in the video. But first, we're going to, of course, use a brush on this side. I'm going to use a sponge on this side. I did add some concealer under both my eyes. I did do a tad bit of color correcting. I didn't put any pore mattifiers or anything like that. I just used a regular primer. And as you guys can see, it is a little orange, but don't fret. So let's see. I'm gonna start with the sponge side. All right, so this is the sponge side, and let's come up because I do have large pores and some texture. So let's see how that worked out for that. There we go. I have more hyperpigmentation on this side than I do on this side, so it always covers a little bit better on this side because there is less blemishes and everything. All right, so see how that looks? That's with one light layer. One light layer. Now, if you you don't want a whole bunch, then you could probably stop right here, and it's more skin-like, more evening out the complexion kind of look. But you could stay right here, and this looks pretty, just like this, right? Just like this. So let's do the brush on this side. I've been working on trying to keep these videos, you know, short, because I know people have busy days and I just want to be considerate of your time. So I'm gonna try to do less talking, if it's a such thing. All right, so let's get this blended out. All right, so it covered very, very well. It did cover it. This color is a little warm, but of course the colors that they had in a neutral color were very, very light, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get away with it, so I just went this way. And you know, worst case come to worst, you can always add some concealer to kind of make it look, you know, to kind of cool it down. But it covers really, really well. And you know what, they said this is a tinted moisturizer. This is a foundation. Look at this coverage. This is a foundation. This is not a tinted moisturizer at all. Right? And it is just a little radiant, just a little glowy as of right now. Like I said, you're getting more coverage. You're getting more coverage on this side. And then this side looks more, a little bit less coverage, a little bit more natural on this side. Okay. Now, you guys know what we get ready to do. Just want to see. It says it's medium. We're going to try and build it up to a full coverage. And it is 24-hour hydration. We're not going to wear it for 24 hours. I didn't wear it for 24 hours either. But we're going to build it up just to see what it looks like, okay? How it looks full, whether it's going to melt into the skin, and go from there. So I'm going to use... Y'all know I say it on every video, but y'all know I got a big face. So this is a squirt, you know, a squeezy tube. So it ain't no telling how many pumps. This might have been 5 pumps. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this side again with the sponge. We're gonna build it up over here with the sponge. All right, so I'm back, and what I did was I just went on and built up both sides, okay, just to save time. So this is built up on this side, and so is this with the sponge. So let me come closer and let's take a look at the texture. I feel like on this side, of course, I feel like on both sides really, for me not to have added any mattifying primers or anything like that, I do believe that it is blurring the pores a little bit. And I honestly believe that it's pretty. It blends out very smooth, doesn't have a really strong smell. It is very pretty initially on the skin. Really like it a lot better with the sponge. It does come off a little bit more natural. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to finish my face, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm definitely gonna set this, okay? Because it is radiant, and just to be fair, I wanna set it just to show, so you can see what it would look like if you set it and wore it for the day. Because if you have combination of oily skin, you probably set everything anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it with a powder very lightly, just so you guys can see what it looks like, okay? And I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, and all I did was put on a little bit of bronzer, and I used that Tinted bronzer that I showed you guys in my other video. I used Yacht Life, and I used the new lipstick that I got from Tinted, and I also have some Tinted on my eyes. All right, so I told y'all I wasn't gonna go all into the eyeshadow, because y'all not gonna make fun of me. You know, I look, it says that it's long wearing, 24 hours. Of course, I didn't wear it that long, but I will have to contest that it is long wearing, and I wore it for about 9 to 10 hours. So I can say that it is long wearing. Now, radiant, I will say it's radiant. From the time that it's taken me to talk to you, you know, right now it looks pretty good. It doesn't look, I didn't set it with any setting spray, but as of right now, it looks good. Within the first hour, I started to see a little bit of radiance coming through, a little bit of dew, but it still looked okay. It still looked really good. It still looked really good. I was pleased with it. I felt like it looked lightweight, it looked pretty, it didn't look cakey. And I wore 2 coats every time. I did it to a full coverage, as close to a full coverage as I could get it each time. So, by the first hour, like I said, it still looked good. Starting to come a little through, some shine. By the 3rd hour, I was getting really shiny. Really dewy, a little bit too dewy for me, and what I prefer. Now, I don't necessarily have to have a full matte look, but I really don't want really, you know, oily, shiny look. And I felt like I was starting to have a shiny, you know, oily look, more along the lines of ew, as opposed to, oh, that looks really dewy and sweet. No, I wasn't looking that way. After the 8th hour, it was over. It was over for me. And I wore it for a couple more hours, but that 8th hour, I looked like a greasy chicken. I swear. But because I knew what I was doing this for you, I didn't blot or anything like that. I just left it the way it was. I only set it one time, no touch-ups, anything like that. So by the 8th hour, it just looked a mess. To me, it looked a mess to the point where I was ready to take it off. If you touch up, maybe take another little light dusting of powder, it probably could get you a little further. I didn't like it on my skin. It started to accent on my texture. I think that it does that anyway, a little bit, especially around my smile lines. It started to accent the texture. My pores started to look very large. By like the 3rd hour, I was starting to see that texture come through. By the 8th hour, it was like full blown, but it was still on my face. Like as the day goes on, if you have a whole bunch of fine lines and wrinkles and some concerns with open pores and that kind of thing, you're going to start to see it settle in your fine lines. if it depends. Like I said, it depends on what kind of skin you have. If you don't have a lot of that, then it probably will just give you a whole bunch of dew if you're oily. If you are dry, I think this is wonderful for you. I think this will be great. It is very hydrating. I will say that. It doesn't feel tight on my skin. This shade was a little warm, but as time goes on, if you blend it in, it kind of melts in and it kind of looks good. I think it kind of works for me. But other than that, I think this is pretty good. I don't think that it is just a regular tinted moisturizer at all. This is a foundation to me, and if I were to wear it again, I would wear it as a foundation. If I wore it again also, I would wear it with a mattifying primer. I didn't want to wear it with a mattifying primer the first time I wore it, the first couple of times I wore it, because I just wanted to really see how it wore. If I wore it again, I would wear it with a mattifying primer. I would, of course, touch up during the day, but I didn't do that day. So that it looks good, it would look good on mature skin. I just think that you have to be careful if you have a lot of fine lines and a lot of wrinkles, especially under your eyes. If you want to wear this, don't take it up under your eyes if you have fine lines, because if you do, it is going to crease up and it is going to settle in there and it's going to look a mess. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget about the giveaway. We are really close to 100 subscribers. I know that doesn't seem like a lot to everybody, but I am so happy that you guys take the time to watch my videos. So I do want to give this away to you guys. So, you know, thank you so much again for watching. And again, stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye.